صل وسلم على عبدك ورسولك سيدنا Muhammad. So today is the last lesson before summer holiday, inshallah. We'll continue, inshallah, in September, if Allah give us life, inshallah. So today's lesson is all about questions. I will not talk, it's just your turn. From the beginning of the series till the last one. The last lesson was the first year in marriage. Inshallah, in September, when we continue, we'll go to the conflict between spouses and how we deal with that from Islamic perspective. And after that, we'll go to the some advice about children. And after that, what if the marriage doesn't go well? And then talk about the separation, divorce, and khula', fasakh, idda, all these things, inshallah ta'ala, if Allah give us life. Today is just about questions, your questions. And for the sisters, there's a QR code. It's in the screen. You can just send me and I will receive your questions, inshallah, for the sisters. Okay, Bismillah, who want to start? Okay, that's brilliant. Jazakum Allahu khair. And see you in September, inshallah. تفضل. Alhamdulillah, fine, alhamdulillah. So, just to remind me, we talked in the first lecture about marriage and the rules of marriage, and is marriage sunnah or wajib or not? What's the objectives of marriage? Okay, and number 2, we talk about how do you choose your spouse. We go for that in details, and then after that, we talk about how do you know the nature of the both gender? Very important. We talk about the maturity, the readiness, and the 4th aspect of readiness, financially, religiously, spiritually, and also psychologically. We talk about the khitbah, the engagement, and all rules about that. We talk about the marriage contract. Then we talk about the wedding and consummation, and after that we talk about in-laws and all the problems that you'll face, and after that we talk about the first year of marriage, I think, if I'm not mistaken. That's what we talk about. So any questions about this? If no question, then I will start my, yes, Abdul Aziz. I hope it's not just ask about myself. Go on, Abdul Aziz. Ayub, I think there's a problem here in...
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. They say marriage is half your deen. Is this a authentic narration, and can you explain it, please?
Okay, the first question is marriage. They said that marriage is half of your deen. Is that authentic narration? Okay, this is a hadith that many fuqaha mention in their books, but according to the scientists of hadith, this hadith is weak, is not authentic. It's not authentic that, but it's very famous hadith. فليتق الله في الشطر الآخر من تزوج فقد استكمل شطر دينه فليتق الله في الشطر الآخر. Whoever get married, who completed his half of deen, then he should be take care of the second half. That's not authentic hadith. However, the meaning is good, that it just indicate that marriage is very important in our religion. That's right, but it's not authentic. Yes. Why? Yeah. The question is why Ibn Taymiyyah didn't get married. You have to ask Ibn Taymiyyah. Okay. It's not Ibn Taymiyyah alone. There are several scholars, they don't get married, some of the famous scholars. Before him, Imam al-Nawawi, rahimahullah, he didn't get married. And one of the modern scholars, he wrote a very nice book called Al-Ulama al-Uzzab, the single scholars. And he mentioned 34 scholars in that book. All of them, they didn't get married. Why they didn't get married? Allahu Alam. But all of them, they write about marriage and the encouragement of marriage and the sunnah of marriage. Everyone has his own reason. But when the scholars say the marriage is encouragement, the marriage, that's it. Why he did it, everyone has his own reason. Allahu Alam. But not him alone, yes. Several scholars, yeah. That's why we follow on Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yes, our role model is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The ulama, we take from them what is the good. But definitely we believe that the senior scholars, they definitely they have their own reasons. They have their own reasons. What Allah alam was the reason, yeah. Ayub, this time is not like last time. I don't know. Or they don't ask any questions, maybe. Okay. Yes, Abdul Aziz, go on. Okay, very good question. Huh? Okay. The question is, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said in Surah Al-Rum, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ جَعَلَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُم مَّوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لِقَوْمٍ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ. So from the sign of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, He created from yourself a spouse, and He created and He placed in you mercy, affection and mercy. So the question is, some couples, they don't find this mercy or affection. So how does that work? Okay, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said that وَمِنْ آيَاتِ, from His miracles, two people come together. They came from different background. They never meet each other before. They never sit together in one room alone. And it's very strange for them to have affection or mercy, because they are strangers to each other. That's the default. But Allah Ta'ala said, with that marriage, they become and love each other in a way, or have a mercy with each other, just when they get married. It means that's the default. That's the meaning of the ayah. And the question is, why then some couples, they don't? Because Allah Ta'ala talk about the right marriage. Sometimes there is incompatibility. That means there is no place for affection and mercy, because there is no compatibility. So the ayah talk about not every single marriage, no, but marriage itself, to be a one man and woman, they never know each other in their whole life, and they meet each other, and after just few months they have that type of affection. That's miracle, definitely. So look at any successful marriage, you'll find this is miracle, because usually people get this affection and after long or they know each other long time ago. So I would say here, yes, because there is no compatibility. If both of them separated and they go and do another marriage and they will be succeed, they will find that, inshallah. Some scholars comment here, they said, Allah said, mawaddatan wa rahma. He said two things here. He said, mawadda and rahma. Some scholars said, it means maybe if the affection is not there, the love is not there, then the mercy will be there. either both of them or one of them. Either both of them, mahabba or mawadda and rahma, or one of them. And that's why he said in the another surah also, sometimes many couples come together and they lose that affection, but mercy is still there. And that's fine. That's why he mentioned two things. Another scholars also comments about mawadda, why he used this word. He didn't use hubb, for example, the love. He said that love is the theory, affection is the practice. It means how do you express that love? That's mawadda. So he said he encouraged us to express our love to each other, to the spouses. Don't keep that in yourself. And he said also in the ayah, min ayati ja'alakum min anfusikum azwajan litaskunu ilayha. There's another objective here, which is sakina, that you'll find peace in that marriage. So I would say yes, that's the successful marriage. You'll find all of this or some of it. But not successful marriage because there is incompatibility. It means their arwah is not compatible. They should look for another thing. Yes? Go on, yes. Bismillah. Okay. First of all, they don't have even mercy. Because I said it's not necessary to have both. Okay. Okay. Sakina, what does sakina mean? Okay. No, here second. Second here means that before marriage, for example, you always you don't have that type of peace. You know, many youngsters here, they have a lot of what I call it. I don't want to say there is. When they looking for the spouse, they don't have that inner peace. They struggle a lot. When they get married, that struggle will gone. They will have peace. So, for example, when he go outside, when that type of fitna he faced before, it's gone now. It's very reduced to very little amount, for example. That's a sign of sakina, of second, for example. So many marriages, they find second. But the problem is here is when we, how can, your another question is how can we find incompatibility or compatibility before marriage? Is that your question? Oh, there is no standard you can find definitely, you can say. There's just when you do what we said in all this series, that will be high possibility that we'll find that, inshallah. But there is no guarantee in this. Yes? No. Oh, okay. He said in the beginning you will find, I will say in the beginning of marriage, I said in the last lesson, the first year of marriage, you have to assess marriage after that, because the first year is just where you will know your marriage will be succeed or not. First year is just the test of that marriage. But after first year, yes, many marriages will find this definitely. But nowadays, I will say why we ask these questions, because many of the marriages nowadays, we live in very difficult time. The lifestyle we live in, the effect of media nowadays, that make a lot of struggles in marriage. So whenever the people go far away from the path of Allah, the more they will have difficulty in their marriage also. Nowadays, the whole humanity now, their lifestyle is very difficult than when Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala want. So that's why there is a lot of difficulties in marriage. Media and comparison and all of this, they have different perspective about marriage from media. In the past, that's less. أعوذ بالله. So he said, some people engage for 6 years. أعوذ بالله. For 3 years. Yeah. The long time of engagement is not good. That will reduce all this affection and reduce all this mercy. And we talk about that in this series. We send a message for the parents to facilitate this for the youth. The youth face big fitna nowadays, so try to facilitate marriage for them. Yes? Yeah. What's the question? Yes, I understand. What's the last thing? What's the question? If they get sin, if they defer this. So they consummate to each other. If they consummate, if this sin. Okay. Is that a question?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay, I talk about this also in the series. We said that if two people, they made a marriage contract, because when I say engagement, for me, I talk about engagement in the Islamic perspective, which is khitbah, only khitbah. That's what I mean when I mention engagement. But engagement for some Arab countries means a full marriage, means contract without consummation. So just to be... So here he asked if two couples, they did the marriage contract, but they didn't consummate yet, because maybe traditions or norms, they prevent them from that. So the question is, will they get sinful if they consummate? We talked about this before. We said, if the norms and traditions, they tell you have to wait for 6 months, for 1 year, it's better to fulfill these norms and traditions. In some scholars, it's obligatory for you. But in the worst scenario of something happen, that's definitely not zina at all. You just broke the traditions and norms and that conditions. So try to fulfill it as much as you can. That's better. If there's anything, then it's better to talk to a wise people from your community or to an imam next to you. He will sort it for you. That will be better. Because when you do that, you will break the connection with in-laws. So you start in marriage with broken kinship and a lot of problems. You can solve it easily when you talk to some wise people. Sorry? Okay, let me see our sisters here. Allahu Akbar. So how do you keep relationship with non-mahram family members? Okay, that's not in marriage course. Okay, how do you keep relationship with non-mahram family members? Okay, we know that in Islam there is a maharim, those people you can't get married with and you can shake their hands, for example. Allah تبارك وتعالى mentioned them in Surah An-Nisa. حرمت عليكم أمهاتكم وبناتكم وأخواتكم وعماتكم وخالاتكم وبنات الأخ وبنات الأخت. 7 from the lineage. Your mothers and grandmothers also, and your daughters and granddaughters, and your sisters, full sisters or half sisters, and then your aunties from father side, your aunties from mother side, and أمهاتكم وبناتكم وأخواتكم وعماتكم وبنات الأخ, and your niece from both sides. Those 7 are the maharim, and you have 4 from the in-laws. You have mother-in-law, and you have daughter-in-law, and you have the difficult English. What's the mother of your father? sorry, the wife of your father, what's it called in English? No. Stepmother. Okay, stepmother. And you have also, La ilaha illallah. No. The daughter of your wife, not from you. What call in English? Stepdaughter. Okay. Then stepmother, stepdaughter, mother-in-law, and sister-in-law. So this is the maharim from the in-laws. So okay, how can you keep if someone non-mahram, but he is cousin? Okay, if cousin and in mahram, number one, there is a respect, there is a lot of kinship here. This is arham, it's very important. But number one, there is no khalwa. Khalwa means there is no, you can't be together in one room and you close the door. Even if she is your cousin, even if he is your cousin. So you can't because he is not mahram. Khalwa number one. That's the most important. Number two is hijab. You have, the sister have to have full hijab in front of non-mahram. Non-mahram, even is a cousin and very close, but he is non-mahram. It means full hijab with him. No khalwa and full hijab is obligatory. These main two things. Okay, the second question is, what is the difference between imra'a and zawja in the Quran? Oh, okay. So he said that Quran sometimes said وَامْرَأَتُهُ and sometimes say زَوْجُهُ. In Arabic language, there's no difference. In Arabic language, there's no difference. In Arabic language, there's many terms for wife. You can say imra'atuhu means his wife, zawjuhu, his wife, aqilatuhu, his wife. You can say ahluhu, his wife. Quran use ahluhu, zawjuhu, imra'atuhu, all in the same, are the same in Arabic language. However, always in Quran, any synonym in Arabic, Quran will use it in very specific way, and that's the miracle of Quran. So some scholars say whenever Allah says zawjuhu, that means there is a strong connection between the spouses. And when he say imra'atuhu, it could be this or not. So for example, Allah said, وضرب الله مثلا الذين كفروا امرأة نوح وامرأة لوط. He didn't say زوج نوح وزوج لوط because they have difference from, they are not Muslims. So they don't use زوج because زوج means pair. It means they have a lot of similarity to each other. But امرأة is the default. So some scholars say whenever Allah mentions زوج, that means there's a connection, strong connection between spouses. What do you call Yes. Okay, but you have to choose. I'm afraid there's a controversial questions here. Okay, go on. Feel free to ask for the brothers.
Shall I read it? أقرأ السؤال. شيخ أقرأ السؤال.
نعم تفضل. يس حضر السؤال اقرأ. Is it okay for spouses to decide that they don't want children for the first year? Yes, they can do that. There's no prohibition for that. If they delay children for 1 year for some reason, yes, there's no problem with that. They can do that. Yes. He said about when the Prophet ﷺ said, تُنْكَحُ الْمَرْأَةُ لِأَرْبَعٍ, the people they marry the woman for many reasons. One of them is religion. What does that mean? Yes, religion nowadays it means she is care about her religion. It means she pray 5 times a day on time. It means she is good to her parents. It means she is wearing hijab. It means just religion, yeah. Yes, Malik.
What do you call the period where the potential spouses are getting to know each other and background check is being done?
Say it slowly, please.
What do you call the period where the potential spouses are getting to know each other and background checks are being done?
So how long this period for you?
Question does not specify.
Okay. ما معنى السؤال؟ ما فهمت السؤال.
الفترة التي يتم فيها التعارف بين الزوجين.
طيب.
نعم. بين اللذان يرغبان بالزواج.
Okay, we talk about this in details. We talk in the beginning of this series about the period that they know each other. We said before, number one, that if you mean engagement, I said to all the sisters that whenever you find anyone who is serious, you have to inform your family immediately. Otherwise, you get in trouble. And many young men, they just sometimes want to play and they are not serious. So if you find anyone serious, you have to inform your family immediately. And from that, you can start to know each other while the family know this. That's very important. So for example, if someone interested in you and he come and tell you that he is interested, if you find you ask him some serious questions. If you find he is serious, then inform your family immediately. Let them engage in that. If you don't inform them, and you have that knowing each other, shaitan is always there. And they try to, and you are the one who will lose, not the man. Man just want to play and he will go. So try to involve your family immediately when you find that. Allahu Alam.
It says, is there anything like halal courtship?
Halal?
Courtship. فترة الخطوبة والتعارف والتودد.
Okay, yes. So, in Islam, we said before, khitbah means when you inform the family and the family of the brother visited the family of the sister and they decide this, we want to know each other, that called khitbah in Islam, engagement. That called khitbah. It's not marriage, but khitbah. It means both family, they know each other. Okay, we talk about the boundary here. They can't have khalwa together. They can't go together alone. But that brother should visit regularly her family and met her with her mother or sister. And that's where they will know each other. That's what's Islam. But to just for that knowing each other and go together alone, that's not allowed in Islam. Yes. Mm. Okay, if the sister, if that's the case, then the sister, the revert sister, if it's better to involve her family. But if her family cut her off and they don't want to involve in that at all, then she should come to any Islamic center and the imam there should be the wali, a real wali. Real wali means if anyone want to give proposal to that sister, the imam should treat that revert sister as his daughter. He should check if that is the right man or not, right brother or not, just like the wali. And then he is the one who involved in the nikah, in marriage contract. Yes. Yes.
You just mentioned that spouses can delay their having children for a year, but
For a reason, yes.
yeah, for a reason. But if they decide to have only 3 children and then children after that, is that okay as well?
Okay. If they decided to have only 3 children, is that, I can't say this is haram, but it's not encouragement. Because Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala bless us with children. It can be haram if the reason is they fear about poverty. If that's the reason, definitely this is haram. If they don't want children because they think that they don't have the rizq for children, this is haram. But if they want just children because life is very difficult for them and they can't manage this because of this, that could be not encouragement, but I can't say this haram. Yes. Children are blessings. Okay. Yes, Malik.
If you find someone who seems good and religious, but you don't feel any attraction towards them, should you marry them believing in the power of nikah?
You don't have to. You don't have to marry someone you don't interested in, definitely. But it depends also. If you are in a certain age, for example, and you want peace in that nikah, maybe Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala will give you, later you will have that interesting maybe. So it depends. You don't have to, definitely. You don't have to get married with someone you don't interested in. But sometimes in certain occasions, that will be a wise decision. And Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala later will put that, inshallah, affection and mercy. Yes.
We hear a lot about the mental health and the emotional intelligence. How important it is for a stable marriage, and number two, what are the practical steps to establish that you have mental health or traumatic or anger issues? What would be the practical steps to fix them?
Okay, is it necessary to have social intelligence, for example? And it's not necessary, but it's very important. Very important. We said that before, that one of the type of readiness that it will make your marriage successful is to be ready psychologically. It means if you have any trauma, then try to fix it before you get married. Don't wait for your spouse to fix you, but fix yourself first. That's very important. Be ready before marriage. If you have lack of social intelligence, try to take a course in that, because this is very important skill in marriage. Okay, if you have that after marriage, how do you fix that? Sometimes if there's a trauma, you have to go to psychologist. We have to know that if someone goes through trauma, through childhood or anyone, this is not something, that's not your fault if it's in childhood, but you have to fix it. And some people, they think they can fix it only by going to prayer and reading Quran. That will help a lot. But if there is any psychological problem very big, you have to seek help from someone who is special in that. There's no problem and no shame in that. Islam said, فَاسْأَلْ بِهِ خَبِيرًا. Ask experts. So that nowadays they have a lot of techniques to fix this trauma and all of these things. There is no any shame in that. Malik?
It says, in our community, there are many unmarried women in their 30s not finding a suitable spouse. What is your advice to them?
That's very sad, subhanAllah. And okay, I advise them, and advise brothers, and advise also the community in whole. Advise them first to understand that this life is not just for marriage. Allah didn't create us just to get married. No, we are here to worship Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. That's our ultimate goal. If you find marriage, that will be great. If not, you still the slave of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Try to focus on your ibadah. Maybe Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala tested you in this to bring a lot of ibadah, a lot of love of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. And I know some sisters and some brothers also who didn't get married and they come close to Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Always remember you are here to worship Allah, not to get married. Because number one, picky when they are, they want the perfect man till they reach young. Some of them because of their parents. Their parents refuse because they want the same nationality till they reach old age. Another reason, because of some sisters, they want to complete their master and then complete their PhD and then do a lot of work and gain a lot of experience. And then she realizes, oh, it's too late. Sometimes because of brothers also, when they are very old, they look for a very young also woman, subhanallah. Many or some brothers come to me and they are 45, 42, 41. Oh, can you help me, Sheikh, get married? Yes, Bismillah. I have some sisters come to my class. They are 31, 32. No, Sheikh, I want 20. Please. So please be serious and know that this marriage is just ibadah also, and we need to do something for our community. So it's a message for all the parents. Let your daughters to get married when they are young. Don't refuse just because of norms and traditions. Allahu alam.
What advice do you have for a Muslim sister who is approached for marriage? What green or red flags should she look for in an initial meeting, especially with the wali present?
My advice for her is to watch my series here from the beginning till the end, because I mention all of this thing in details. Yes, go on. Yes, Yahya. That's right. Okay, how can a sister assess that this man is financially capable? So number one is his job, the type of job, for example. That's the question?
No, my question is, if the girl she's asking, say she asks like about finances, maybe, I don't know, maybe like a millionaire secret or something, or
Okay.
like a lot of assets.
Okay.
You don't want to disclose this in the you
Ah.
want to hide this because you don't want that to affect her judgment beyond the connection to the
Okay. If a man is so rich and the sister asks him before engagement, oh, what's your salary, for example, or tell me in details about your financial status. Is it necessary to tell her everything? No, it's not necessary. Because what she needs to know is, are you capable to open an apartment, to rent an apartment and bring the provision, and you are ready for mahar and you are ready to spend. That's it. Anything beyond that is you don't have to tell. Yes, Abdulaziz. Top 2 reasons for divorce. So we can avoid it before we get married. Okay. Okay, what's the top 2 reasons for divorce? That's a very good question. I have to think about it, subhanAllah. Because many cases come.
And they don't have honesty.
So, I think number 1 is just lack of compatibility. And that lack of compatibility you can discover from the first year, but sometimes because norms and traditions, they hide it till many years pass, and then they get divorced. And they know from the first day that they are not compatible to each other. So if you don't find that compatibility, it's better to finish this from the beginning. That's number 1. One of the reasons of divorce is sometimes false expectations, that some of youngsters here, they have false expectation about marriage. So when they get married, they say, oh, that's not what we expect. We expect that there is always romantic and love all the time. There is no responsibility. There is no sacrifice. I do whatever I want. That false expectation lead to divorce, and very quick divorce. Some cases come to me in this country that after 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, and the reason is just false expectation. And they are very young, subhanallah, spouses. We'll come, inshallah, to divorce in details, inshallah. Yes. You can avoid it, just look, you can avoid it by do the marriage rightly. Just as I said in this series, we go step by step just to guide you to do the marriage in the right way. When you do it in the right way, that's inshallah high chance, inshallah, to be a good marriage, a successful marriage. Yes, Malik.
Is it okay for a sister to approach a brother for the intention of marriage?
Okay. Islamically, it's permissible. It's not haram at all. Islamically, it's permissible. Is it, but from traditions and norms, that's maybe not a good. But I will say to sister here, when you approach to a brother, that's permissible. But be careful with some things. Number one, many brothers, when the sister approached to them, they will have a negative image from that. They will interpret in different way, in negative way. So be careful with that. Unless that brother is very mature, very religious, no, he will take this seriously, and that will be a successful marriage. Number two, when you approach to him, try to be very direct and serious also. And mention, because of your religious and character, this is very rare nowadays. I approach this, don't understand me wrong, so. But is it permissible? Yes, it's permissible. There's no wrong with that, but it just depends on the consequences. Because sometimes we'll misinterpretation.
What should you do if your husband does worship Allah most of his free time, but does not spend quality time with me, with the wife?
It means that's a lack of worship. That's just he misunderstands what worship means. Worship means everything in this life. So to deal with wife and give her quality time, that's a type of worship. So I will give advice to our brothers that to know always to deal with your wife, this is ibadah. This is better than a lot of voluntary ibadat from Sawm and Salah and Zakah. Voluntary. خيركم خيركم لي. The best among you is the best to his wife. Zakaria, you have one? Oh, okay. Last one. Last question.
I want an Islamic wedding with no free mixing. If some women don't cover and aren't mahram to the groom, can he still enter the women's side?
He's not mahram and?
They're not mahram to the groom and not covered.
Not covered. Not covered her hair.
Some women, yes.
Okay.
So can the groom still enter in that room? Or in
Okay. For the groom, yes, groom can enter if that's the fault of her, not him. But so the groom will come just to his wife. Unless the majority of them, yes, here he can. But if it's just one or two, yes, it's permissible for him. That's not his fault. But if the majority of them, yes, he should say, sorry, I can't come to them. Allahu alam.
Jazakallah khair.
Inshallah, see you inshallah later, inshallah. If Allah give us life, inshallah, may Allah tabarak wa ta'ala bless all of us. May Allah give every single one a pious, inshallah, spouse, pious spouse. May Allah give every single one here a pious spouse. May Allah give every single one a pious spouse. Wallahu alam wa sallallahu ala abdi rasulullah.
Allahu Akbar.